And so we reach the end of our first part. If you've come so far, you've really done very well to continue throughout all these sections and throughout all these exercises and missions. It's not an easy task to have done that, especially if you're completely new to Linux. I know that it's been a lot to take in and digest. We've covered so many topics. We had a quick look at Kali, its user interface. We got introduced to the terminal and shell. We looked at some shortcuts and some signals that we can use when we're dealing with the terminal and shell. Then we started navigating the system. We learned some basic commands to move across the directory structures, to create files and directories, to list files and folders and directories, to copy those, to move them around, to remove them, and so on. Then we looked at package management, how we can install and remove packages, how we can update software and upgrade our system should we wish to. We also looked at archiving and compression, how we can bundle files and folders together, how we can archive them so we can later on restore them from a backup or upload them or download them to a remote system. Then we had some fun with wildcards. We used some wildcard magic to manage files and folders. And last but not least, we looked at how we can get help if you ever get stuck, you don't know what to do, what command to use. We've seen how you can get help so you can get unstuck and sort yourself out. And with that, we reach the end of part 1. So again, if you've come so far, well done. It's now time for you to take a quick break. Switch off for a while, grab a coffee, go out, meet some friends, catch a movie, do whatever it is that you need to do to come back refreshed and relaxed. I want you to come back with a fresh mind because in part 2, we're going to be digging deeper into Linux. We're going to be covering some networking basics and then we're going to dive into services. We'll learn how to configure some services and how we can turn our Kali Linux machine into a server, into a web server or an SSH server. Then we're going to be looking at users and groups, how we can add or delete users, how we can group them, how we can change permissions for users, groups, and files and folders to give access to people or deny access to people. And then we're going to be looking at running processes and running program on our system and how we can take advantages of those. And last but not least, we're going to be looking at some really cool tricks and tips on how you can redirect output from commands and how you can chain commands together to achieve things that are going to blow your mind. You're really going to enjoy that section. So go take a break, get yourself some rest. Whenever you're ready, come back to carry on with part 2.